How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to the Vibe Lounge. It is your boy Ghosty with the Mosty, the man with the plan. How are you guys doing today? Hope you are doing well. Today, we're talking about one of the wildest, creepiest, cheesiest movies that's ever touched Amazon exclusive. Today, we're talking about Spiders on a Plane. Spiders on a Plane surprisingly came out in the year 2024 and is directed by Ben J. Williams, who was also the man in charge of directing the shitty-ass Winnie the Pooh horror movie that came out in 2023. He also has a bunch of other movies that he's worked on or have been associated with that are also just like kind of cheesy, shitty-ass horror movies that you just get ripped as fuck with your friends. You just sit down and watch all the time. But Spiders on a Plane surprisingly has a 3.9, overall rating on IMDb. And I would say, in my opinion, it somewhat deserves that rating because the movie is bad. Don't get me wrong. The movie is truly, truly bad. But it's like I said before, it's like one of those movies where it's so bad that it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like you're sitting down with a group of your friends. You don't even really gotta be high for this shit, to be honest. You just sit down with a group of your friends and you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's gonna be like, you're gonna this shit fucking stupid, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like, yeah. And I love fucking movies like that. So, enough talk, yipper yapper. Let's hop down to the breakdown of the movie, alright? Let's do it. The movie starts off showing us what these fucking deadly ass, big ass spiders are gonna do to the world and to the plane once they finally get up there. It shows us that there's this mad, crazy scientist that's involved in making the invention of the spiders, and I'm assuming it's like, I'm assuming it's like some Russians or something that's like doing the torturing, and they want to get the spiders on the plane to the U.S., blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And these ain't everyday spiders. These is big, scary, fast. They ate through a man's face, literally. I mean, like, they literally ate through his face. I can't show the scene here on YouTube, obviously, for like YouTube reasons, but I will show a clip of it, like right here, right now. Like, it ate through his face. And the dude back there, the shady scientist, was like, man, they're not supposed to be used for this way. What do you think you were doing? What, like, when you made a deal with these dudes to make this, like, you thought it was just gonna be for fun? Like, be so for real. Like, what did you think you were doing? You know what I'm saying? And then the real movie starts after we get the big scene in the spiders. Cut to our main characters. We got Gracie, Beth, Zach, and Corinne. And I'm assuming, because they don't really give us any, background information really, unless I didn't pay attention to the movie well, which I doubt is the case. I watched it like 3 times. But I'm assuming they're like coming home from a vacation. And for some odd reason, one of the main key plots to the movie is Zach has diarrhea, stomach aches. You know what I'm saying? We'll learn more about that later on. We'll learn a little bit more about that later on. But one of the main parts of the story is that this nigga got the shits. I just want to throw it out there. This is the type of movie we're watching right now. Cut a few minutes later, we're to the plane. Boom, scene. We're in the plane. We got all these random people, all the other goodness. We're having a little turbulence on the plane. The spiders are in the cargo hold. For some reason, I guess during this time of the movie, there wasn't no TSA. But for some reason, the spiders are in the cargo hold. And the turbulence on the plane, it jostles the box open on the spiders. And the spiders start, they start trickling out. And just like any other basic ass horror movie, somebody's gonna be like, okay, I should go check this out. Maybe I should go, maybe I should go see what this is about. And boom, we get our first kill. Little old simple ass stewardess. She goes down to the bottom of the plane, she hears the noise, she gets cooked. And then after that, we get this random moment with this dickhead ass character. Like, it's random. He does not have anything else to be involved in the plot besides of this one moment. And I don't understand to this day, besides, maybe I do for dramatic reasons, but other than that, I don't understand to this day why this part was added to the movie. But this dude is having a fit because there's some old man chewing. He's smacking on some cookie. He's smacking, he gnawing, he living his life. And the dude, he flipped. He's like, man, I can't fucking do this shit no more, man. I can't do it no more, bro. You gotta move me to first class. And then we get a big drama moment with the other stewardess dude. Is it a stewardess when you're a dude still? Steward? It's Stewart. Sorry. The stewardess dude and they, they start beefing, and he's like, bro, I see what I can do, and then move into first class. I don't really know what else. That's it. I didn't even really care to learn this dude's name because he literally adds nothing else to the plot besides the fact that he's a dick. There's really nothing else. Cut back to the moment to where, we see the pilot, he driving a plane, he looking, he driving a plane, he looking at the reading, he's like, man, something going on in the cargo hold. My temperature's not supposed to be like this. I should go check it out. I should go see. And his co-pilot, he's like, no, man, you went last time. I'll go this time. And then he goes down there, and he sees the webs and stuff. And then Ted, instead of turning back around and being like, yo, there's spider webs in there that are big as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're human-sized spider webs, or on the verge of it. He decides to further explore deeper into the cabin, like any other stupid fucking movie. I guess. Maybe go deeper instead of being like, yo, there's spiders in the plane. There's big ass spider webs down here. What the fuck are you doing? He goes deeper in there, and guess what happens, man? Guess. He never comes back. I'm saying that sarcastically, it's pissing me off, but come on, simple shit like that you can do. You could add a little bit more something to the movie. Come on, make it this movie is bad, but again, it's bad, but it has good moments. This isn't one of them. Come on, be smarter than that. I hate when horror movies do that, make people fucking stupid. At least be realistic. That's the whole point to a horror movie. It's supposed to be something that could happen in real life. You know what I mean? That makes the most scariest horror movies, in my opinion, at least. He's dead, and we cut to a scene where, by the way, the mad scientist, he's on the plane with everybody too for some reason, and he's sitting in there. He's asking. He calls stewardess over. He's like, yo, is everything good with the cargo hold? Because if you got to be careful with my package, man. Because if something happens, then it could be bad. It's a catastrophe. I think that's literally the word he uses. And instead of being like, why you say that? She'd be like, the stewardess was like, nah, it's okay. We got everything in control. We got it. And dude was like, all right, man, be careful. I'm trying to tell you, be careful. And while this happened, you see Zach over there, he's sitting there, stomach going crazy. It's bubbling and it's popping all inside, bro. He didn't know what's going on. He gotta take a shit. So he get up, he go to the bathroom. As soon as he goes to the bathroom, Gracie, one of the main characters, she this little emo baddie, fuck the world, I do whatever I want type shit. You know what I'm saying? So she gets slid on by this dude. He what's up? You trying to, let's get it going. So they slide to the women's restroom, and they get it popping, they get it started. They join the Mile High Club. They do what they gotta do. He asked, apparently, according to the movie, he was like, was it good? And she was like, no. And she was like, really, better words, but she was like, He's like, all right, don't fuck matter to me anyway, fucking bitch. He tried to ask for a number, she's like, no, fucking bitch. You know how that go. He get to cleaning up. He gotta take a piss in the bathroom. He's taking a piss in the bathroom. A spider crawls out the toilet. Right on that nigga dead. He dead. That's the first real death in the movie that you're supposed to oh my god, the spiders are taking over the plane. That's the first one. And that shit did for. This one was one of the good ones because that shit can happen in real life. You know what I'm saying? And the CGI for the spiders, 2000s PlayStation CGI graphics. But this one I let slide. In the meantime, this dude, he over here, he dying, he getting his dick gnawed off, he got venom in his dick, blah 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 blah. Cut to Zach, he in the bathroom. He's shitting. He fighting for his life. And for some reason that doesn't make sense to me at all, he decides that he wants to put his contacts in with all the shit particles flying in the air. He got diarrhea. He ain't doing much. You know what I'm saying? He in a plane, locked in a small bathroom, shit particles everywhere. He want to fuck with his eye. He want to get the contacts out. He want to fuck with his eye because apparently he need to see why he's shitting. Apparently. And he put the contacts on the table. You know, a spider crawls from the vent in the bathroom in his contacts. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. It's in his you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. He fucking around. He did contacts and he didn't look at it at first. He just like picked it up and he was like, spider in his eye. Bite his shit. He get to screaming like Goofy. Everybody start looking around, you know, they stressing. They're like, what the fuck going on, blah, 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 blah. And then shit start going to shit. Literally. The spiders start crawling all over the place. They're coming through the vents. See, one crawl up that old man that was chewing. He's sitting there. One crawl up his leg. It bite him. He start having a fucking seizure or some shit like that. The stewardess, she come up to him, she's like, what is up? Get this man to medical. Get this man to medical. What is going on? Blah, 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 blah. And obviously, everybody else is stressing. They're like, man, what the fuck? What going on, twin? Like, what is going on? And she start geeking on these niggas. Let me fix my shit. She start geeking on these niggas. Talking, if you want to know what the fuck going on, sit your ass down. And everybody like, what man, twin? Like, damn. Like, we on a plane. We stressed. Like, what going on? We cut to the captain. The captain like, man, Jerry ain't back yet. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. I didn't write his name down. Jerry ain't back yet. He's like, man, I should go check out what the fuck is going on. And guess what? This nigga go down to the cabin. He get the fucking around. He get the looking. Boom, 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 boom. He see the spider webs. He's smart though. Cause he sees spider. He go a little deeper, and then eventually he start running back. And the spiders like on the way back, they start attacking his ass. But he managed to get out. You feel me? He managed to get out. And as he gets out, the spiders start taking over. You know what I'm saying? I already said they would start crawling everywhere. They were already in the vents and shit like that. But they start taking over, man. And like he come up, he about dead. He got blood covered all over him. Shit. He go, there's spiders in the cargo hold. And, you know, everybody start running. As soon as they hit that moment, the motherfuckers start coming out the back. They crawling on that motherfucker. The passengers start freaking out. People start running. The motherfuckers crawling on each other. They crawling on the people. They biting people. And then the movie leans into full, you know, full bad movie. This is when, like, this is like Sharknado type. This is like Sharknado type shit, but it didn't get the same fucking, like, you know, the same level. Like I said earlier, PS2 level graphics. But it makes the movie, like, 10 times better because you get to laughing. And then some of the spiders look a little real, so then you get a little creeped out, and you're like, man, this shit happened in real life, blah, 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 blah. You know, I wouldn't fuck with me, that shit I ain't fucking with that shit, blah, 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 etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get into the movie a little too much, you know, you get like, damn. But then, like, you see a shitty fucking CGI spider crawling in the middle of the fucking aisle of the plane. You're like, yeah, like, damn, this ain't never gonna happen in real life. You know what I'm saying? Our main characters make it to the back of the plane, and they got like a little safe hole going on. And our mad scientist who disappeared when the spiders came on the plane, he's sitting in the back behind the curtain, and he come out. He's talking about, they're deadly spiders. I created them. Blah, 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 blah. I created them. And they were supposed to be contained. They're supposed to be safe. And all that other good shit. Blah, blah, blah. And he thought everybody might be cool with him. Like, in my opinion, they didn't do enough. They were just like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? You expect us to be cool with you? Like, I would have picked that nigga up and threw that nigga in the room with the spiders. He would have been dead. The first time he would have told me anything, he would have been dead. They were just like, fuck you, man. We're not going to help you out. We're not going to help you. Yeah. While all this happening, Zach still trapped. Oh, I forgot. Zach was trapped in the bathroom. He couldn't get out. The door was like stuck. And while all this is happening, I forgot about that. And so he finally get out when they all in the back. And he's like, "There's fucking spiders still here?" Because he's Irish, by the way. My bad, I didn't throw it. I threw that late in there that he's Irish. He was like, "Are those fucking spiders still here?" Is that good Irish? Whatever. It doesn't matter. And he was like, they're like, "Yeah, man, we gotta fight them, man." And then they're sitting there and they're like, "The captain's dead. The co-captain, the co-pilot's dead. He's gonna fly the plane. Like, what are we doing? Dead. How are we gonna land?" Because the plane's on autopilot right now. They're just cruising. And then they finally realize that one of the friends in the group can fly the plane, and it's Gracie, and where does this come from? Like, where does this come from? And we start to get to our climax, you know what I'm saying? We start like, all right, they figured out Gracie can fly the plane because her dad taught her to fly the plane, but she ain't touched the plane since her mom died, right? Which was not important to the plot until the end, which I know it's probably like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, it doesn't need to be important to the plot. But I mean, is they didn't set this up in any way. What they did is, I'm gonna cue it. I'm gonna show it right here.
We can do this together.
You're not alone.
I can't lose you guys too.
You've always had our back.
They had a scene with Gracie's mom. It was a flashback for 5 seconds. It was literally like, here's your mom. And it didn't explain nothing. It didn't tell us anything else. That was it. And it was like, okay, that's cool. You know, this is just random. You know, ha, he. And then later on, we're like, oh, Gracie can fly the plane because her fucking mom died. And she doesn't fly the plane, her mom died. Fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck? I get on more, what the fuck? Like, I hate that shit. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, we get this fucking stupid ass, back to more stupid shit. We get this montage scene of everybody dressing up and, you know, suiting up to get ready to fight the spiders. Because they're like, man, we got to fight our way to the big front of the plane so Gracie can get in the cockpit so she can fly, blah, 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 obviously, right? So we get this montage scene, everybody's suiting up, everybody's getting their weapons from the top, there's tennis rackets and all that other shit. And then it cuts to them still talking about fighting to the cockpit, and the montage scene doesn't matter. Nobody is suited up. They're still picking up weapons. They're getting the weapons down and being like, you should carry this, you should carry this.
I guess we have another choice. Time for some spiders. I'll have that. Do you have a tennis racket? I mean, I don't exactly carry weapons around with me. So I'll have to do. For you?
We'll take PA.
For you?
This, blah, blah, blah. If you're going to have a montage scene, make it matter. Why am I sitting through a montage and it don't even matter? They're not ready to fight the spiders now. I got to send them suit up again. That's like having a superhero suit up and then the next scene is him not being suited up. Make it make sense. What are you talking about? This is when the movie starts to go downhill. And this is supposed to be the climax. This is supposed to be the good part of the movie. But this is where the movie gets ass. Cool. Let me calm down. Okay. So, sorry. I get worked up when the movie's so fucking ass. But anyways, her friends are fighting through the plane, the aisles of the plane to get Corinne to the cockpit. Blah, 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 blah. You know, they fight everybody. Most everybody dies except for our main friend group. And Corinne is in the cockpit. In the meantime, she talks to the captain and have a very emotional moment with the captain because he's dying. And he gives her the code to the door almost. And she almost dies and gets eaten by the spider. But she makes it. While she's in the cockpit, we go back to her little trauma-induced moment that is not, you know, important to the end of the movie, where she's like having trauma issues because she hasn't flown a plane since her mom died, like I was talking about earlier. Which, like I said, she barely mentioned throughout the whole entire movie, and except for that one flash of a half a second, which I'm literally gonna put a picture of her mom. That's how fast it was in the movie, and like she can't do anything. So she calls her dad. Because that works somehow on the plane, even though you're supposed to put your phone on airplane mode, unless that's a lie. Enlighten me in the comments. Is that a lie? Is airplane mode a lie? But anyways, and he's talking to her. He tells her how to take the plane on an autopilot. He doesn't really tell her much more. She's like, Dad, I don't really know how to fly a plane. He's like, take the plane off autopilot, okay? Now pull the handles back, okay? Now it's like riding a bike, Corinne. You got it. And then he's like, I'm gonna call the air traffic control people so they know you're landing, okay? And then the phone breaks up. Yeah, and then the phone breaks up. So you just wasted my time because he didn't do anything. He was like, okay, Corinne, you got it. I know it sucks your mom's dead, but fly this plane. Yay! Thanks, Dad. I really know how to do this in this life or death situation now. Like I haven't flown a plane in like a decade or some shit like that. I don't know, since your mom's dead. I don't know. Anyways, everyone else makes it back to the cockpit, and they all find out that Gracie's hurt, and then it all goes to hell again. You know. So let me put this in your perspective. Gracie's hurt. She's bleeding a little bit. There's like 10 minutes left in the movie. So that means there's 5 minutes for them to be like, all right, bet we're going to land. And there's probably like 5 minutes of credits, right? So all they had to do was stick in the cockpit because they can almost land, right? That's all they had to do. But Zach, who wants to be the hero of everything because he's a man and type shit, he's like, Gracie, we cured all the spiders in the plane. I'm going to go find the med kit I saw that was all the way down the back of the plane. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And guess what fucking happens? I don't even think I need to tell you. Guess what? He dies. Obviously, he gets fucking stabbed through the stomach with by a spider. Because at this point, the spiders are mutated and they're like the size of like horses and dogs now. Like, they're big as fuck. They're big as fuck. He fucking dies and they hear a scream. Like the Gracie, Corinne, and Beth, they hear a scream. And Gracie, who's hurt, runs out the cockpit screaming, Zach! Zach! Like, her hurt ass is gonna do anything. Like, what are you gonna do? He went to save you. He's dead. You stay in the fucking cockpit and you can live. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She runs out, and then, of course, Beth, dumbass, is gonna run after her and be like, Gracie! No! And then they get confronted by a big ass spider, and they're like, oh my god, blah blah blah. They find Zach's dead body, like he's dead. And then Gracie, I guess she's in love with Zach or some shit, because she was just like, Beth, sit down. And Beth's dumbass just happened to be in the right chair at the wrong time, and Gracie's like, okay. She opens the emergency hatch and flies out with a spider. Okay, now you're dead. We're like, what are you doing? We're like, maybe you could have lived if you just stayed in the cockpit. And like, yeah, okay, so Beth somehow makes her way back to the, to the cockpit, because movie has to movie at times. I guess Zach is still dead as fuck at this current time. And Corinne finally lands the plane, and Beth and Corinne are our two only survivors. And wait, I put this for a reason. Our two only survivors, right? Our two only survivors. So it cuts to a few months later, and we're watching like a news clip, and it was like, the spider plane tragedy happened 3 months ago, blah, 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 blah. The 3 only survivors and not 2, and blah, 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 blah. There's only 3 survivors. And we're like, 3? What the fuck are you talking about? Zach died. Or did he? Turns out he did not die. And can the audience take a poll to why Zach did not die? I'll give you a multiple choice. A, he got rescued by, the police, by the firefighter people. B, he put pressure on his own wound and managed to save himself because he's the GOAT. C, he turned into Spider-Man. D, it's just a hallucination from Gracie and them. They actually all died. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Okay. You got your answer in? Put it in the comments before you get to this part. Don't cheat. If you chose C, this motherfucker turned into Spider-Man, you're 100% correct. This dumb motherfucker turned into Spider-Man. He had the webs. He can climb the walls. This dumb nigga got bit in the eye by a spider and turned into Spider-Man. Yep. He turned into Spider-Man. Yep. Cut to a few seconds later. They're like, oh, I got a life. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to think about the moment no more. And you can see a spider crawl out of one of their bags and the movie ends. to the movie. Like it's not over. Yeah. So, spiders on a plane. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe you should go watch and experience this movie for yourself, because I don't know if my explanation did it justice, but I hope it somewhat did it justice of how ridiculous, creepy, cheesy, dumb ass this fucking movie is. It's got CGI. Is it good? No. But on the flip side, that's kind of the charm of the movie. It delivers exactly what it delivers exactly what the movie promises. A flight you will never forget for all the wrong reasons. And I will always remember this movie for all the wrong reasons. But I will end this off and pose you guys with a question. So, would you think you would survive a cabin full of spiders? If so, how do you think you're going to survive the spiders? I'm your boy, Ghosty the Mosty. I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Deuces.